Happy Frugal Friday, guys. This is one of those videos that almost didn't happen. My tripod just broke. It's dark out. It's just one of those nights, but the show must go on. So today I'm going to share with you 7 unexpected lessons that I am reflecting on for No Spend January. Here's a lesson before I talk about the lessons that I have learned over time. When you do anything of significance, for example, this no spend challenge, it's good to reflect on what worked, what didn't, what impacted you, what surprisingly didn't. Just like if you read a book that is like an instructional kind of thing, it's good to, like Atomic Habits or something like that, it's good to read it and then apply it and reflect, hey, what can I take away from this? And that's what I'm attempting to do when we've just had this experience all month. And by the way, if you are watching this and you have not been doing a no spend month, these lessons will help anytime, so still follow along. The first thing that I noticed, and this one's a little hard to admit for a gal who lives a frugal life, but this is the truth. Who I hang out with slightly affects the way that I spend or the way I feel about spending. When I'm around like-minded people that budget, that track their spending, that look for deals, a person that thinks the way that I do, right? I am less likely to look for opportunities to spend because they're not doing that either. But if I am around those that love to treat themselves and you only live once mentality, I truly do feel more likely to spend. And there's situations where I have extra money to spend, but depending on who I'm with, will or will not spend that money. You know what I mean? I'm not a person that's so tempted by peer pressure that I'm going to spend money I don't have. But I do realize that I feel a certain way when I am with people that spend versus the people that think like I do. And that doesn't mean during no spend that I was spending. It just means I am influenced a little stronger with those that spend more. And I think that's just natural, right? It's what your environment is creating, kind of like we spend, you know? And then when you're with people that don't spend, you don't spend. And that's like the norm. And either way, I am comfortable with myself and I know how I choose to spend. So I stay centered. But there truly is a difference of how I feel, that kind of push and pull, depending on who I'm hanging out with. Doesn't necessarily mean my habits are going to change, but it affects the way I think about spending, and I'm a lot more tempted with spendy friends than those that are not. That's just the truth. Number 2, saving feels better than buying for me. Now, this started at a very young age. I remember sitting on my bedroom floor because I had a summer job. And by summer job, I mean I worked at a convenience store that my grandparents owned. And I would do little tasks for them. And every week, my grandfather would give me this crisp $5 bill in this little manila envelope. Just the feeling of that money being handed over. And what I would do, I would save it. I would stash it. I would stack it. And I love sitting there like a little Ebenezer Scrooge, like a little girl version of Ebenezer Scrooge counting her money. And I did not go on to be Ebenezer-like, but just picture me like a little girl sitting on the floor counting her money and just in all her glory. Like that's how I felt. I was so excited that I had earned this money. And not only did I earn it, but I saved it. And look what was accumulating. Like I couldn't believe it. And I am the same person as I was back then. Like I still love saving money. It feels better. I have no buyer's remorse. So like no spend January, I might be a freak, but it feels good to me. I don't feel like I'm overspending. I don't feel like I'm wasting my money on things I don't need. It feels good to me. Number 3, most wants pass if you wait. You don't even know how many times this month I've been like, oh, just want to go to Subway. Just going to go get a Chipotle burrito. And then I start thinking, Well, what do I have at home? I think I'm going to make myself, they call this a Western, or my mom used to call it a Western, just like an egg sandwich, but you flatten it out. You can do onions and peppers, cheese if you want, but I just like a straight up egg sandwich. It's on regular bread, and I put a little ketchup in it. Is that disgusting? I don't know. She used to call it a Western, but it's like an omelet sandwich with a little bit of chips. It's delicious, and that usually does it for me. I don't need to go buy the burrito. I do love a burrito though, but there's just many times where I think I want to go spend money, but if you just wait it out a little, it's gonna pass. The same thing with purchasing anything online. It's a fleeting thought. So wait it out, give it some time. Usually it will pass. Number 4, I need a lot less than I think. This month has not been about, desiring too much that I don't have, because I don't need that much. I already have clothes. As long as I have food to eat, I have my family, I have my friends. It's not like a month of deprivation. I don't even feel it like that at all. I don't know how you guys are feeling. I know if you are probably a person who is getting new things often, it might feel kind of uncomfortable this month, but I don't need that much. And I don't know if anyone else is feeling that way. Did anybody realize to themselves, hey, you know what? I've got everything I need. And I say that to myself every morning. I've got everything I need. And I believe it. Number 5, your spending habits reflect your values. And I've thought about that a lot this month as I'm not spending. And I'm thinking about, when I re-enter spending world, where I want to put that money. I have not exactly landed on where that is yet, but I've just been thinking, if you had somebody look at your budget, right? If somebody just stole your budget and looked at what you spend, does it reflect how you want to be living, what you believe in, who you want to support? Does it? It's a thought to reflect on, because I was thinking, as I come out of a no spend month, that I want to be even more intentional with where I spend my dollars, because it's reflecting what I value. And I like everything to kind of connect and go together. You say, oh, I want to do this, I believe in this, and then you do the opposite. That doesn't match up, and I really want to spend where it matters the most. And this channel, we talk about that a lot. So that's not anything out of the ordinary, but it just reinforced this idea that this is still very important. Number 6, not overspending makes me feel unstoppable. And what's my word of the year? Unstoppable. Let me explain this a little further. Not overspending makes me feel, I don't want to say in control, but kind of. And I do like to feel in control of my own life, right? And when you are not crazily spending and kind of out of hand with the swiping, I feel powerful and I feel like my choices matter. So this is a great way to kick off the year, not overspending, not feeling like I'm out of control, and feeling like I have a choice, and knowing that I don't have to prove anything by spending money here and there. I can just be myself, not overspend, and feel like I've got it together. And this is a great tone to set for the year. And I shared with you that my word is unstoppable. And I was just wondering if you could leave me in the comments, what's something that makes you feel unstoppable? Let me know down below. What makes you feel unstoppable? And I will also share that one thing that makes me feel unstoppable is making my own money, having control of my money, knowing where every dollar is going and telling it where to go. And knowing that I can do things on my own. It's in my power. It's in my capabilities. And that makes me feel unstoppable. Please let me know down below what makes you feel that way. And finally, there are low-cost ways to connect with people. just spending time with people. Listen, my favorite thing to do, if you couldn't tell, is to talk and connect with people and have conversations with people that are interesting to me, people that I care about things that matter and that move the needle in your life. Have you ever just had a conversation with a complete stranger that totally changed your day or totally opened your eyes to something and you're like, oh, wow, that was really memorable? And it was just talking. Talking is one of my favorite things to do, especially about things that matter, and especially with you about personal finances, frugal living, budgeting, saving money, but beyond that, very human, relatable things that help each other get through the days, the weeks, the months, the years. You don't always have to spend money to connect with people. Talking is a great way to do that. And I know some people like talking more than others. Some people love listening. I think it's a little give and take. Talk a little, listen a little. You can change someone's life sometimes with a conversation. It's quite magical. So I just wanted to encourage you to connect with someone, and it doesn't have to cost a lot, but it could mean the world and it could literally change your life. It's time for a recap. The 7 unexpected lessons of No Spend January are: number 1, who I hang out with does affect my spending. 2, saving feels better than buying. Number 3, most wants pass if you wait. Number 4, I need a lot less than I think. Number 5, your spending reflects your values. Number 6, not spending makes me feel unstoppable. And number 7, there are low-cost ways to connect. Now it's your turn. Please take a moment, go into the comment section, and leave me a takeaway that you've had so far in No Spend January, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, I can't wait to read your comments. I will see you in the next video, but if you can't wait until the next video, how about you watch this one right here? In fact, I did a previous video on the lessons that I learned in the past, so if you're on this kind of vibe right now, watch this one next. See you guys in the next video. Bye.